Okay, everyone. Hopefully, this is like the last email of. Oh no, I have one more to do about showing how they use the system to antagonize citizens. So I used a different email address this time, and I did a humble apology for causing defense, basically, for causing them to potentially become defensive and not want to say anything to me. Because at this point is when I had learned conflict resolution about not saying you when I'm talking to them, like basically making them feel like I'm attacking them, which I shouldn't really have to do. How I felt, a little bit, but I see why that is true about that. But I was saying it shouldn't have even gotten to this point because they were already being unprofessional to begin with by ignoring, and then like it was ignoring from the beginning, from the start, from the police ignore me when I was saying the reason why I was outside is because the people inside were harassing me, and one man was acting like he had a gun, like he was about to try to rob me, and he was just standing there in the hallway with his hand in his hoodie. And that's why they have gang stalkers do the same thing. But because I know that that's why they're doing it, that's why it doesn't bother me when they have people walk up to me with their hand in their pocket. Because this time they made me to the point where I'm waiting for you to think you're finna walk up on me and do that, because I'm gonna use that as my opportunity to take out all that frustration, and you're gonna get it. And when they told me something about if I had killed one gang stalker, then I have to kill them all because that one is the detonator, you best believe that I was already in that bring it on energy. For real. So I email all these, oops, I almost said heifers, but because there's one dude here, Rick Wilson, he's my family coach at DHS. He didn't give a damn either. But so I sent the apology to all these mugs, and I CC'd some of these people, Jessica and Rick Wilson. Jessica Applegate was my son's speech pathologist. The last time I spoke to her before our final meeting, she tried to randomly argue with me about something that wasn't even worth arguing about, and she's the one who thought I was arguing with her because I was just trying to argue with her because she's a Caucasian woman and I'm chocolate. No, you have me all wrong. Oh no, oh no, you see, you got it all wrong. That was off of the randomly, I just remember that off of Big Mama's house. One of the episodes when Miss Fuller was on there, and she was like, "Oh, Big Mama, I'm so glad you came by. I mean, could you imagine if I had hired one of those other ladies?" That's when Big Mama asked her, one of those ladies, if they was smoking, using the act gun or some shit like that. I don't know, but that's beside the point. I apologize for that. Like, I had to do something, guys, to entertain myself, to be happy going through all this foolishness, dealing with these peasants that work, and they have titles that work in the system, the very system that other people that hate you utilize against you. Even people that work within the system use the system against you to annoy you, to irritate you, to offend you, to insult you, to antagonize you. They just try to make you upset and, like, get you to act out in some way so they can have a seemingly justifiable reason to fuck with you. All right, so I'll try to be quick because you see all this, and they still didn't say nothing back. Every last one of these buffoons that work at these corporations, Dawn Andrews, Christina Shannon, Jennifer Evans, Corderica Held Jones. She helped me a little bit at one point. I had utmost respect for her because she's the only one that did something within her control to actually assist big time. And Mrs. Berry did as well at some points, but she is the one who confessed that she was dragging her feet. She said it was her fault that something was delayed because she was dragging her feet. And I found out it was a spirit that made her confess that truth, because she would not have just said that on her own. And my family coach, Rick Wilson, so dealing with him. At one point, he was being mad at me. Like, not mad at me, but he was saying stuff like, it's not hard to get a job these days. Oh, man, if you only knew when you're somebody who knows too much in the system, and somebody wants to stop you and block you and blackball you and try to keep that from happening, boy, oh boy, does it get tough, because it's a lot of sellout ass motherfuckers out here who want to take that money. And I get it. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not a hater of them. I just see them as a low life peasant because instead of doing the right thing, these people have titles and positions of integrity. And I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that they're doing things that they shouldn't. But they still maintain that title, and other people know about it happening, but they still maintain that title though. So that must mean everyone else is just as crooked and lacking integrity just as well. But these are the people that's supposed to be upholding laws and policies, though. So that's why I think it's all a joke. But I still sent this humble apology for causing defense to their little hearts, their fragile little hearts. You don't want to upset them. They'll further abuse their authority to come against you. Literally. So anyways, I'll try to be quick on reading this. I said, so just like those letters my parents used to send me to school with that were full of lies because they were covering up for the abuse that they did to me and then saying, oh, she was out sick. No, I was healing from injuries from abuse. But anyways, to whom it may concern, pleasant afternoon. I sincerely apologize for causing one to feel defensive with with my words pointing the finger, so to speak, and not communicating in a more balanced way that would cause you to see that it's not my intent to challenge or intimidate aggressively. I humbly ask your forgiveness for the previous emails from another email address where I've caused a wall to be put up, a wall to be up emotionally. Emoji, 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 emoticon emoji. I had communicated the way I had previously. I had I had communicated the way I had previously due to feeling like I had respectfully expressed my concerns and been ignored. I am not implying that anyone is a bad person or that I am against anyone. I'm simply communicating how I feel and why I feel the way I feel about the concerns regarding my experience. I am grateful for your time reading/listening. I have presented on more than one occasion with several different state and government representatives the issues of being psychologically harassed/bullied by apartment management and neighbors where I live, as well as corrupt state and government agency employees, my elite employee that I have had the honor of observing, documenting, and enduring for over 25 plus months. I put it in letters like words and the symbol of the numbers so they can understand and see very clearly that like they can have clarity. I sincerely meant 25 months, not years. 25 months and counting. So, and sorry for reading it like a psychopath. So, although I don't currently possess an accredited psychology degree, observation and analysis of the human psyche is natural for me. Oh my God, sound crazy, bro. So I've patiently endured being secretly, systematically bullied by professionals that I feel have been abusing their authority to delay/block and hinder me in an attempt to egoistically and illegitimately stagnate me from making a better life for ourselves. That means my son and I. I've noticed that not one professional has followed up with me regarding the emails and verbal communication I've expressed concerning these matters. What made me laugh is because they continue not to, baby, they got hood with it. They said, and we gonna continue not to express, like to follow up with you on none of this SHIT that you talking about, honey, because we all in on it together. MFers. And then I said, I feel that my previously expressed concerns have been disregarded as if I were deliberately ignored in unison to not have my concerns followed up with probing questions in an attempt to help bring resolution to what to me feels like a daunting cycle of covert and obvious harassment. I feel that no one paid attention and shrugged me off as if to portray that I am some incompetent peasant until finally Mrs. Hale Jones of SEI Self Enhancement Inc. delegated connecting us with an advocate to assist with some important things. However, the greater concerns expressed have yet to be addressed. I have records of what I feel are instances of encountered unethical, unprofessional harassment/bullying. Some instances of which are from my home forward housing coordinator and my now ex-therapist of Kelly DeBruyne Counseling, who I feel have had spitefully dictated the progress of my forward movement after me successfully regaining custody of my then 1 year old son last year, with that CPS case being closed in November of 2023. Now in April 2024, reporting a false Child Protective Services safety investigation after he neglected having my initial voice concerns for our safety investigated, where I currently reside. Yet, well, I don't stay there anymore though, guys, but at that time I sent the email, I was staying there. So he basically ignored my safety concerns, but then he went and made a false CPS investigation so that he can have the system antagonize me, basically. So yet he initiated a false investigation, which triggered me having to go back into being involved with the state again and the community programs and corporations set up to assist the community. Yet I feel professionals of these organizations have been behaving like the unnecessary bullying endured doesn't matter. That's exactly what they were doing. They was acting like the unnecessary bullying that I was enduring didn't matter because it wasn't happening to them. It's life. Get over it. That's their attitude, guys. Okay. So finally, I feel like the community programs, state government entities, collective ignorance is cowardly and potentially due to being involved in secret congregated bullying, how I perceive the patterns of behavior. I have expressed how some representatives of different community, state, and government organizations have, with haughty attitudes, practiced psychological harassment tactics along with strategic manipulation, operating in deceit, and which I feel is done in order to get me to act out in violence so that there could be an essentially unjust yet seemingly justifiable reason to put me away in jail/prison, or make false claims to put me away in a psych ward so that there would not be any accountability for what I feel are strategic, deceptive, psychological, manipulative tactics, and so that everyone can just continue with business as usual, like none of the incidents that I've been encountering has ever happened. Please, if you may, bring forth these concerns for discussion for proper assessment and in-depth resolution so that others in the future may have better success with conflict resolution should they encounter similar circumstances. I hope that you have a pleasant day and rest of your week. I will not bother you again. With gratitude, Genevia S. Bryant. All right, guys, so that's the end of that email. When I apologize, still no one had said anything. And then finally, maybe about, like, let's see, when did this email be sent? August, September. So the end of September is when, out of the blue, well, Alex Schmidt was contacting Jessica Applegate here, which was underneath, she was CC'd here, and she is the one who helpfully gave me the information to be able to contact Alex Schmidt. Alex Schmidt, I don't think even if I didn't change my number, he still wouldn't have gotten in touch with me. That's just how incompetent he behaved during this investigation. And he's the guy that I've been showing on the recorded the recorded audios of the interview that took place, because I believe no one would believe me about what this dude did or said if they didn't hear for themselves. So that's why I took it upon myself to record it. And I really don't care about the backlash that they might be trying to plan to do, because look at this stuff. They're out of order anyways. I don't even think the system even exists in the way that we think it does. It just, they slap some corporations together so they can antagonize people and get money and make money off of you and harvest your spiritual energy. That's about it. Okay, thanks guys. Love you.